Alright, Freddie, so I'm going to put you through the lightning round, okay? Answer just as fast as you can, and here we go.
Alright.
Mario or Zelda?
Mario.
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Ooh, Street Fighter.
8-bit or 64-bit?
8-bit.
James Bond or Jason Bourne?
Bourne, but Bond gets the ladies, what can I say?
Worst movie ever made?
Ooh, probably this movie called Pig Hunt. No one's gonna know what that is though.
Cameron Diaz or Jessica Biel?
Jessica Biel.
First memory of YouTube?
My first memory of YouTube was Lazy Sunday. Watching at my friend's house and being like, I heard about this rap that's really funny.
iPhone or BlackBerry?
iPhone.
Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg?
Jobs. Dude, Jobs built a computer. Zuckerberg's a nerd.
Metallica or Guns N' Roses?
Guns N' Roses.
James Cameron or Steven Spielberg?
I'm gonna go Cameron on this one. Cameron's way nerdier. Spielberg's got mad cred, but Cameron's like
super technical too.
He's such a nerd, it's great.
He is. Ace Ventura or Austin Powers?
Austin Powers. Austin Powers is a lot funnier now than it was. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Those movies are timeless.
Austin Powers is way funnier now.
Do your best impersonation of a famous person.
I have to steal the Declaration of Independence. That's what Nick Cage.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Ruben.
And this is Jimmy.
And we're here with one of the fastest growing YouTubers of 2010 and even 2011, Freddie W.
Hey Brandon, come here real quick. Get your face in here.
Freddie W is actually not just Freddie. It's Freddie
and Brandon Latch.
Right here.
Hey guys.
Today we're basically going to be talking to you about the importance of partner collaborations and why they're so integral to growth. But then there's obviously the catch-22. I mean, how does a smaller partner like ourselves, for example, contact or get the attention of a big partner like you?
I get this in my inbox like probably hundreds of requests for collaborative things, So physically it's not possible even for me to even like get through them all, like let alone do them, The two things I think that you absolutely need to have is you need to be able to go up to them and you can say, okay, I can either help you with your consistent your regular slate of content or provide added value to it. And the big thing is you have to have something you can offer. So when you, because we collaborated with the skydiving video, we saw an email from you and you were like, hey, I'm a professional skydiver. I'm doing a hot air balloon jump. You guys should come out. And just so happened that we're super into that. And here's what that was for us. We were like, okay, this is something new. This is something that we were cool with, and we really like skydiving and extreme sports. And this is something new, and it brings something that we couldn't do on our own to our channel. And we get the chance to help you guys out as well. That's really what it's going to take. Now, if you don't have like something that you can offer in that way, your best bet is to not try to go for sort of the higher up partners, because again, like I said, they're so busy and it's so difficult for them to get to all these requests. Your best bet is to look around you and try and find partners of equal rate of growth to you.
I guess what you're saying is that like for smaller partners, it's important to have realistic expectations.
We barely have time to finish what we're doing, let alone take on other projects.
What was your first collaboration?
Our first collaboration was with Mr. Guitar Man. What we did was the same thing. We added value to what he normally did. So we basically helped him out with one of his weekly videos with looping again, which was the first one we did. There's an effect that we were experimenting around with, which is like a single take, camera pans over, and he appears to warp around. So it's sort of in his style.
Right.
It was very important for us that week to have a video that kind of tied in with his subscriber, what they were sort of used to. So that week we put out Rocking on a Moving Car, which is me on top of a car playing guitar.
That was awesome, by the way. Did you hear that a guy copied you like someone like I don't know somewhere in the East Coast or something like that?
Yeah.
It actually made it on the local news, and
it was more local news. They went on Inside Edition. They went nuts with that.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah, we should have just called it ghost riding on a car because it was the same. It's the exact same effect, the exact same thing. I guarantee you they saw our tutorial.
Do you think that if you would have come into the YouTube scene today,
yeah,
would you have had a harder time breaking in than you did a year ago?
Assuming that the niche that we ended up filling is still open, I would say not necessarily, because while everyone's numbers are going up, so too are the number of people going to YouTube and the number of people who are being like active subscribers, people who rate, comment, subscribe, all that stuff.
Right.
And I would say, well, look at Epic Mealtime and look at their rate of growth. Their rate of growth exceeds ours, and they're going faster than we are.
Right.
And we were too. So if you find that niche and you can put out good quality content and you can get that out there and promote it in the right way, you can definitely still, there's always room, I think, for another distraction.
For those of you out there that like say, okay, I want to be just like Freddie and I want to have my own YouTube channel and I want to make a living off of YouTube, what would you say to them? Like, what is the average amount of views that they should be like aiming for on a monthly basis in order to actually, you know, make a modest living off of YouTube without even having any other kind of job?
Right. The difficulty with that one is it also depends on where you live.
Of course.
So if you're in LA, you're gonna have to be getting some more views than if you're in Wichita.
Right. Right. Obviously, I mean, not a lot of people can do that. They can't just quit their day jobs and just, okay, we're gonna try this out. So did you guys just like decide to just like, all right, let's hit the savings account and let's just like basically do this for 4 months? Yeah,
basically we gave ourselves, you know, a few months of flow, I guess, on it. And you're right, you know, not everyone can do that. If you want to do it full time, you can't compete if you're going up against everybody else who's doing it full time. At some point, you have to put in that amount of time as well. It's the kind of thing where you need to have at least one a week as far as video content is concerned. And the one thing I'd be most concerned about is I call it batting average. So if you have 100 subscribers and you're getting 20 views a video, that's not as good as 100 subscribers and 500 views a video. You want to try and make sure that your average views is higher than your subscriber, because that means that you're reaching more people than just your subscriber base and you're on a sort of upward growth. But early on, what you can expect is if you have a lot of videos that are good, that one person coming to see your video, and if you're linking them back to your older videos, that one person doesn't count for one view, that one person counts for a bunch of views, because they're like, oh, this guy's interesting, and they'll go through your old videos if they're good, and if you're linking to them.
A lot of partners seek out growth through the box for box program, but it doesn't seem to work. Would you be able to tell us, like, why doesn't that system really work?
We tested that last year. We had a little box for box program where people could send us their channels and we find one every week and we put it in the box. And we kept track of what happened to those channels and the numbers that we were throwing their way and what happened with that. And what we found was box for box doesn't work if you want to get a sustained audience from it. You'll get people to subscribe to your channel. You'll see a subscriber boost, but those numbers that are boosting over to you don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like those people might see one of your videos and they won't watch it again. The amount of conversion from a subscriber to an actual dedicated viewer is like almost negligible. If you want to inflate your subscriber numbers and feel good about yourself, it's perfect for that. But if you want to actually have a returning audience, there are better ways of doing it. It's very difficult for people starting up, especially at that lower level, because the ramp kind of is getting steeper.
You actually put us in your box, and I remember clearly I was somewhere downtown, and my iPhone literally just starts like getting flooded with like dozens and dozens of email like per minute, if not more.
What was the conversion rate?
It
wasn't that high.
It wasn't that high, and we actually realized that like a lot of the people that did subscribe to us through the box for box were people that didn't really want to be subscribed to us or anybody else for that matter. So we actually noticed a negative spike.
Really, afterwards?
Afterwards. Like people were unsubscribing from our channel because they were like, wait a second, I didn't even know I was subscribed to you guys.
Right. I'd rather have one person subscribe who really wants to see our stuff than 100 people who got tricked into it, or 1,000 people.
And if you're gonna do box for box, I guess the most important thing is to just like at least box for box with people that have similar, if not almost identical, like type of genre and content to yours.
Yeah.
So what's one thing that nobody knows about YouTube?
I would say one thing that we've noticed is YouTube's seasonal. And what we mean by that is you can actually see when people are coming to it. So summer break happens, but all the kids who are leaving school, they're all doing summer camp and they're all got their after school stuff. So nothing happens for a while, but the end of summer, views start to go up like across the board for everybody because everybody's done with all that stuff and they're bored and school's coming. So August is like ridiculous. Then as soon as school starts around the country.
Tell us one thing that nobody knows about you, your channel, your videos, behind the scenes stories, anything.
So I don't think a lot of people know about this one, but when we were shooting the rocket jump, we were shooting it at this abandoned lot next to where my friend lives up in Silver Lake. And so we were doing, going through our thing, and then this huge SUV, like tinted windows, chromed out, and rolls up, and I'm like, what's going on? And these guys roll down the windows, and it's like OG, like neck tattoos, like beaters, like tough looking dudes roll up. Like, hey guys, what are you doing? We're like, we're just doing a little student film here.
Yeah, because you guys had guns and everything, right, too, so that
I
was
hit them,
like...
but we're wearing camo, and like, what do you guys do? And they're like, well, they laugh, and you know what we call this place? And they're like, no, what do you call this place? The graveyard, man. Why do you call that? People die here. It's like, oh man, they're gonna ice us here in the middle of the day. This is bad.
That's hilarious. That's
So,
scary.
It was scary. So then Brandon like runs and grabs our rocket launcher prop. He's like, hey guys, check this out. And as soon as they saw this rocket launcher prop, their demeanor went from like, hey, we're protecting our neighborhood to, oh, that's so cool. And like, oh, is that right? Oh, yeah. Like one guy like served in the military. He's like, I use one of those. And, and they're totally cool. And so we're like,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and like, have fun, guys. It's like, yeah, it's like we gotta keep an eye on our neighborhood and stuff. It's like, cool.
Freddie wrote a really cool article about how to, like, where he incorporates, you know, his strategy with YouTube and like how you can achieve success on YouTube on your own. It's a pretty lengthy article. We've actually included it in the description. So if you haven't read it yet, go check it out because he pretty much touched upon a lot of really good points, and you guys should definitely check it out.
If you can find something that's different and sets you apart, that's gonna go a long way towards making things easier.
Make sure you check all his stuff out. He's gonna have a lot of awesome things coming up in 2011. He always surprises us. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to us yet, please press the subscribe button above. We have a lot of awesome stuff coming up as well. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, subscribe to these guys.
Yeah,
do it.
just press the button.
These guys are good. These guys are our buddies.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, we'll eventually get to Freddie status. Eventually.